Things have not been going well for Jeremiah's people. They have ignored what God has told them. They have been evil and wicked in their ways. And in the chapters leading up to Jeremiah chapter 9, God has been giving Jeremiah a series of messages and visions about what is in store for his people because of their wayward ways. And it's not pleasant. So let me just give you a couple examples. In Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 13, God says to Jeremiah, I will take away their harvest. There will be no grapes on the vine, there will be no figs on the tree, and their leaves will wither. What I have given them will be taken from them. And if you think that's bad, Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 32, beware, God says to Jeremiah, the days are coming when people will no longer call it Topheth or the valley of Ben Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they will bury the dead in Topheth until there is no more room. Things are not going to go well for Jeremiah's people. And it's important to have a sense of that as we begin Jeremiah chapter 9, because Jeremiah chapter 9 begins with Jeremiah's response to the visions that God has given to him. And in verse 1, we see Jeremiah's deep love for his people, and we also see why they call him the weeping prophet. He says in verse 1, oh, that my head were a spring of water and my eyes a fountain of tears. I would weep day and night for the slain of my people. Jeremiah says, there are not enough tears in my eyes to express my grief over what is coming for my people. I wish that my whole head was just a fountain of water that would spray water day and night, because that might be enough to express how sorrowful I am about what is coming for my people. You get a sense for Jeremiah's deep love for his people here. But now comes verse 2, which is really strange, right on the heels of verse 1. This is what Jeremiah says. Keep in mind his great love for his people. And what he says next is, oh, that I had in the desert a lodging place for travelers, so that I might leave my people and go away from them, for they are all adulterers, a crowd of unfaithful people. Now, that would be almost comical if it weren't so sad. Jeremiah says, I love these people so much that I just want my whole head to be sprouting tears for them all day. And then he says, but they're so rotten and awful and miserable, but that I just want to get away from them. To have somebody's behavior so awful that you're like, I just want to stay away. But at the same time, your heart is so moved with compassion for them that you want to be there to care for them. I think Jeremiah is kind of demonstrating for us a little bit the heart of God, giving us a glimpse of who God is, because we're not a lot different from Jeremiah's people. We have selfishness, dishonesty, idolatry, rage, passions, all of which are repulsive to God's holy nature. And yet he sent to us the man of sorrows, our Lord Jesus Christ. God demonstrates his own love for us. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us.